Okay, here it comes. I can hear it. Wow. Welcome to Hold On to Your Butts, a podcast about the great franchises that lost their way. AKA, we're doing season 2. We're now 2 episodes into season 2, AKA There's No Time for Love, Dr. Jones, an Indiana Jones rewatch series. Today, we watched the second Indiana Jones, which is IJ2, Todd, and the Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Todd.
Todd.
You know, this is a divisive one. I'm Paul, of course. I'm here with JD.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, JD.
Hey, Paul.
So you watched Temple of Doom?
Yes, multiple times.
How many times?
4.
4?
Yeah, I've been only able to get about 4 watches in around this. You know, I'm busy this time of the year. You know, we're getting into the holidays.
You're
A lot of things coming. Yeah. Ooh.
Did you watch commentaries? Did you watch behind the scenes stuff?
I watched a bunch
Hell
of
yeah.
making ofs. I
Can't
watched
wait.
a bunch of deep dives.
Okay.
So I'm ready. Before we introduce our guest, well, should we introduce the guest? And then I think we have a little disclaimer we need to do.
I don't know your disclaimer.
All right. Guest here, Molly Smith.
Hi.
From the Did This Age Well podcast. You might recognize her. Yeah, I'll pause it in post. Sorry.
Oh,
Yay.
that's fine.
Molly's podcast is so good. Go
Thank
subscribe to it.
you.
It's fun.
Thank you so
we
much.
did it. We did Jurassic Park
We had
for
so
the first season
much
of
fun.
this.
Well, that's an
Great.
applause sound
That's-
effect, and it came into elevator music. I'll cut that out.
Good.
We're gonna cut that out.
Good. No, you should
Please
stay.
don't.
Sorry, a little
Hey,
delayed,
there
but
it
we
is.
still got
This
the
crowd, they're not getting the timing right on this
Yeah,
applause.
they're
Right.
a little
The studio-
slow to react.
We'll get a new one. Don't worry.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But Molly Smith, yeah, from the Did This Age Well pod.
You want to do a disclaimer? You
Yeah,
said?
I think we should all refrain, no matter how much we might want to do any accents that may have occurred in this movie
Sure.
when
yeah.
we do our line for line
He's saying
I
that
don't know,
really
recalls.
Just
really for me.
take my
I
note
think.
and throw it into my trash can here on my phone. I
Oh,
got no
sorry.
more material if I can't do
If you
accents.
can't do,
Yeah.
yeah, we can't do short round. No Molaram. Okay. No little kid Maharaja.
Come
voice.
on. Kiwi
No.
Kwan.
I don't agree to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
All
your
right,
choice.
ah.
Just yeah.
Molly, tell us, what's your relationship with the Indiana Jones franchise?
My relationship is not very close. I actually had not watched Indiana Jones fully.
Wow.
Actually, you know what? I think I might have watched the first one
Okay.
at like
Under duress.
as a child,
Okay.
perhaps.
Yeah.
But this was the first time that I had seen Temple of Doom.
Mhm.
I think that, one thing I really appreciate about Indiana Jones is the hat work. I think that Harrison
Big
Ford
hat,
did a
yeah.
lot for
Mhm.
hats, and still today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Are
go
you
into the
pro
hat
hat,
store on
against
16th Street.
Yeah.
And there's a whole
There's a
like
hat-
Indiana Jones
There's a haberdashery.
sign. Yeah.
Do you know the name?
No, sorry.
You just know it's a
JD's
hat store?
locked in.
He's locked in.
I just was curious.
Hats
I've been
go
to
up.
plenty, and I was just curious.
I don't know.
what
It's
it
called
was.
like Aloha hats or something. It's like a
Oof,
tourist hat shop.
Aloha hats.
So
Aloha.
it's sorry. It's
Aloha.
Like, it's a perfectly
Aloha
fine.
Denver.
You're not going to the cow lot.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by the cow lot. Get
Absolutely. Yeah. We got a Greeley guy here.
at me. Well, that's Greeley Hat Works.
Yeah.
It's a different hat
Oh,
place.
so sorry.
Little snobby there.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll
Need to
not
hear
get
that.
into it. We don't have to get into it.
Yeah.
So
Hat politics.
This is the first time you've ever seen an Indiana Jones movie all the way through. Was for this episode, just recently.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, you see a guy
Yeah.
with an Indiana Jones hat at a bar. You
Yeah.
giving him a chance, or are you totally writing him off?
I'm kind of like, I wonder what his deal is.
Right.
There's
yeah. Okay.
intrigue.
There's a little
Same.
There's
curiosity. All right.
intrigue. I'm thinking, what? You looked in the mirror before
Okay.
you left and said, this is a good idea. And I want to know more about that person.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And he comes over and he's like, "Hey, can I get you a drink? You're in."
I guess, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
other factors at
No red
play, of
flags.
course. Well,
It's not an immediate red flag, I guess, is what I'm getting.
It's probably not an immediate red flag, but it is funny.
at. Okay.
It's a little funny.
Women
and
love a
quirky.
sense of humor, huh?
That's so
Paul?
true.
Can you concur?
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
I mean, JD is funny and he's married, so
Thank
That's
you.
true. That's
Mhm.
one data point.
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
that's a strong data point. So
Mhm.
Okay.
So Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Some fast facts about this movie. Came out in 1984, 3 years after the first one. Budget $28 million, an increase after Raiders. It made money, but the reception was chilly.
Right.
People didn't like it as much.
Which I didn't know at the time. Apparently, they're saying it wasn't for kids when I was a kid. I thought it was the one for kids because it had a kid. Short round I identified with. I was like, yeah, I want to be on this adventure with Dr. Jones. Yes.
I want to do the accent now. I honestly wasn't planning on doing it, but now I do want to do Short Round's voice.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Yeah,
Short Round is so good. Short Round holds up.
Stole the show.
Love that kid.
He stole the show.
We already get to something I love what he's doing. Every time they show him like copying Indiana Jones a lot, you know? Like at the beginning, Indiana like puts his hands together and he does that. And then when Indy's fighting, like at the end, Indiana's hitting the guy on the conveyor belt, and then Short Round's going to town on the Maharaja kid, like in the background, mirroring the exact same. Like
it's so
cute. It's violent, but it's cute.
It's really cute, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's classic Spielberg too. I mean, this is the thing we talked about with Jurassic Park was put a kid in danger and people will feel for it. That's a great thing to have in a movie.
Absolutely.
Yes. So this takes place starts off in Shanghai in 1935. That was something from the last pod. I was like, where is it? Hong Kong, blah, blah, blah. I said a lot of probably made up words. But yeah, it's Shanghai, 1935. It's a prequel technically. So Spielberg claims he's still never done a sequel to a movie.
What?
That's so tough that he says that.
No, I might be putting a little bit of words into his mouth there, but this is the first sequel he's ever done. Because when him and Lucas were on Hawaii. Okay, Paul's really taken back by it.
I just like such a non sequitur to me that he would. I guess that's great. He never said he's done a sequel. Sure, man.
Yeah, because when George Lucas and him originally were talking about the idea on Hawaii, when I think it was Close Encounters had just come out and Star Wars, they're like, what are we gonna do next? They talked about Indiana Jones, and Lucas was like, if you're gonna do the first one, you have to commit to 3.
I read this as well.
For some reason.
Lucas, there was a thing I read on Wikipedia said Lucas pitched, he said he had 3 ideas for Spielberg. He said, I got a trilogy. And then after the first one came out, Spielberg apparently realized that Lucas didn't have 2 more ideas. And they had to figure out what to do.
That's interesting because he could have just said, I have 3 ideas. It's a trilogy. Each one of these ideas is one of the films. You know what I'm saying? Like he had 3 ideas.
I don't think you get to that point in Hollywood by being like, I have a kind of an idea. You got to be like, I see it. I see the vision, baby.
He maybe got a little bit ahead of himself. I mean, this is George Lucas after all.
Right.
You know, big ideas, execution, iffy.
Right.
This is his thing.
Interesting to hear the influence that Lucas had on a lot of these films, because they were talking about how this is like supposed to be a darker sequel, a third act to the Indiana trilogy, like Empire Strikes Back is a darker entry in the Star Wars trilogy, but it just didn't play the same way, you know, because they were trying to say, oh, this one deals with dark magic, cult stuff, things like that. And Spielberg was hesitant about doing it. He's like, I don't really, you know, he talks about how he didn't storyboard the whole thing like he did with the first movie because he felt less secure about the story. So he really wanted to inject points of humor in it to lighten it up.
Yeah.
And he did say that this was his least favorite, right?
Yes, yeah. So the best thing he got out of it was his wife.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But she was great. I do love her a lot.
Willie?
Willie. Which I think is funny. Willie is Spielberg's dog's name. Indiana was Lucas's dog's name. And Short Round is one of the producers' dog's name.
Stop it.
Yeah. They're all named after dogs.
Yeah. Kate Capshaw. She was really good, I thought.
Yeah.
She was fine.
When I was a kid, I was a Kate Capshaw.
The character is irritating. Guy. Honestly, a lot of her takes are not good. It's pretty one-note role.
It is a bummer how really the only woman in this movie is, her whole role is just, oh my God, ew. Oh my God, scary. Oh my God, ew.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole thing. And I don't think that is Kate Capshaw's fault, but it sounds like when it came out, a lot of critics said like, oh, well, she's a bad feminist because she played this one note scared woman, but it wasn't her fault.
Yeah, she said that she felt like she got called out for it, and she was just doing what was written. And then Spielberg and Lucas, I think they might be retconning it a little bit, but they're saying that she was just supposed to be the opposite of the first character, who was
Marion
such a
Ravenwood.
Marion, who had such agency. So they were trying to
they said that's enough agency,
right? Yeah, like women have had enough.
They've why can't they just be happy?
This is I mean, we're kind of talking. We should maybe say a quick plot summary, because Marion Ravenwood, Karen Allen from the first movie, that whole story.
Do you want me to get that from ChatGPT? Because I know you'll like it better
I wrote
than
something
anything
nice.
you could do, Paul, right?
I wrote something.
He wrote
Fuck
something nice.
you, man. Fuck you with this ChatGPT.
Because I know
that you're not allowed to read it in the accent that you
that
planned
I
to read it
no
in.
Molaram accent.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the summary I wrote. Indiana Jones, nitwit or dimwit hunk Indiana Jones is doing some illegal international artifact trafficking in Shanghai and finds himself lost in the Himalayas with a lounge singer and his orphan ward Short Round. They encounter a white man's idea of an indigenous tribe with a myth about stones or something that Indy agrees to recover for reasons that at no point have to do with archaeology. The trio arrive at Pancake Palace, where they complain about local delicacies, encounter some British imperial servants, interfere with the cult's traditional rituals, and steal back some stones, which I completely forgot about. The end?
You forgot about the child slavery part.
The child slavery, I don't know. This movie did not work
Paul
for me.
didn't see a problem with that. He's like, that was such a non-issue for me.
Yeah, I thought that was,
There was child slavery, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that was what they did wrong. I don't know.
Well,
This movie was like, Nazis are so easy to hate.
Right.
Like, that's why Raiders is so great. Like, the villains are so big and you hate them so much. And this movie is like, nah, I don't know. This is weird. This is like white guys drawing a cartoon caricatures of this local culture. And the fact that the perspective is so like vague. And then this like group of people that Indy maybe has a history with have lost some stones. And then he gets involved. It's just like, I don't feel good about any of this. Like, I love a lot of the visuals. I love a lot of the adventurous moments and like the beautiful shots of elephants in the river, the palace. It's so cinematic. Spielberg brings his Spielberg touches to it. But I had to turn this movie off 2/3 of the way in.
Wow.
You didn't
I found it
finish
so
it?
unpleasant.
Wow.
I watched the first 2/3 on Tuesday night, and I'll give you the wife take right up here. Wife take was, there are a lot of good, memorable moments. Kalima, blah, blah, blah. The life raft on the mountain, great. But I don't want to give it my full attention. There are too many parts that don't age well.
Wow.
The treatment of the woman, the treatment of the people of color.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not fun to watch.
I will say the thing that's interesting about movies that have Nazis as the villains, like, yeah, it rocks. Like, it's so easy to use Nazis as your villains, and you oftentimes don't have to make them into a caricature of themselves. Like, they're already just so evil. It's like you don't have to do all the exaggerating. The villains in Temple of Doom, on the other hand, are some sort of caricature of a made-up idea of what a group of people are like.
Yes.
And it's like, well, why wouldn't you just go for a touchstone in history that is so obviously villainous, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like walking into George Lucas and Steven Spielberg's like ignorance.
Yes.
So much of their ignorance is on the screen in this movie. They weren't curious enough. Like the choice of
Kali
these
and
stones,
Shiva are real, deities in the Indian culture.
I
Did
believe
you know
they
that,
are.
Paul?
Maybe I'm
you
the
know
one that's
that?
ignorant. I don't know. But like the choice of these
There
stones.
is a thuggy cult. There was a thuggy cult in Indian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you know that, Paul?
No, I didn't know any of that crap. I didn't know any of that.
Because you stopped watching.
No, I did.
Did
I
you
finished
finish
it this
it?
morning. You know what I did is I took the iPad to Corvus Coffee and Megan did some journaling and I watched the climax of Temple of Doom on the iPad while I was having a nice cup of coffee.
Observers must be like, this couple is beefing. This guy's just on his phone and she's doing his own
Right.
thing.
He's having iPad baby time.
Yeah. Mhm. And they're like, what is he watching? This looks horrifying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, it's not problematic, but I do think it's a shame that you couldn't enjoy it for what it is.
Like,
they were saying
I
that they
really couldn't.
I mean,
really
they might be
couldn't.
doing a little bit of retconning, but they are saying that they went over the top to make it not as believable as like this is something that could have been happening in India. Like it's, I don't know. That's something that they had mentioned.
Well, that's the thing though about the Nazis. Like we knew the Nazis were interested in the occult. Raiders was so cool because Hitler would do that.
That's so true.
He would go after the Ark of the Covenant. He would send an expedition to Egypt to do this. And then the fact that it happens to turn out to be magic at the end is like, oh my God, great. Raise the stakes.
Again, it's
Take
hard
it to the max.
because, well, you know,
This is just like,
magic
what?
is real in this world.
Yeah.
The rocks do have magic powers. And Indy should know
I
this.
agree- I
and he
agree with
keeps
that.
going. That's a problem with like doing a prequel after you do the initial thing. It's like, because, you know, you have to like reset him. The
Right.
arc has to be like set again.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's even a part right at the end where he goes, I understand the power of the rocks now.
It's like, well, yeah. If you didn't at this point.
I just want to say it's Pancake Palace, not Pancake Palace.
I know. That was a joke.
Oh, okay. See,
That's
people
how-
can misunderstand jokes, Paul.
It's okay.
Well, that's how he
Um,
landed his wife, you know, was through funny little
Misunderstanding everything you
jokes.
did.
funny jokes. I thought it was funny.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but the whole thing I think that this movie did suffer from is that they wanted to be so different from the first one. They didn't want to do
Yeah.
anything
Exactly.
from the first one because
Couldn't
they
agree
had
more.
this idea that it was going to be like this episodic thing
Yeah.
that you know, in each different episode the hero's doing something completely different. you know?
Right.
It was the
So-
sequel conundrum. We talked about this through the whole Jurassic Park series. Is like, how do you do something different but still give people what they want? Meet the expectations, but also surprise and delight. It's a very challenging needle to thread.
And I think they tried to go the easy route by saying we're going to have a completely different set of villains. We're going to be in a completely different location
Yeah.
with a completely different type of magic and occult stuff. And it just didn't land in the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're saying, they didn't want the Nazis to be the bad guys because they wanted Raiders to be the first time Indy crossed them. They didn't want to do Miriam, so they just made it a prequel so that they could have a different woman, like, a la Bond.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
always just has a different person.
I read that was George Lucas's thing. He wanted to change a new woman every time,
Mm.
and that he was
Yeah.
pushing for the more of the episodic thing. And Spielberg wanted to bring back Karen Allen.
Yeah. Which is a shame. Yeah.
That is a
It's
shame.
such a shame. I feel like, I mean, we'll see they swing back in the other direction for the Last Crusade in the next one. But at one point they were talking about doing a story about Marion and her dad, Abner Ravenwood, who was Indy's like mentor,
Mentor, yeah.
archaeology mentor. That seems cool. Like that would have been great. I would love to see that version of the
That's a-
sequel.
Yeah.
Because Indiana Jones, they basically threw away everything about his character that they established in the first movie and just made him like,
I did love the beginning.
James Bond with a
I
whip.
really enjoyed that beginning part,
in the
The
Shanghai nightclub.
Yeah, he was wearing this dope ass fucking tux.
Mhm.
The whole thing with the antidote was fun. I even like the musical part. I mean, it's so theatrical.
Yeah.
It felt
It's a
very
throwback
Bond.
to all
it
that.
could have been Bond to me.
Yeah.
Which is what Spielberg wanted to do.
I thought that was what Lucas wanted to do.
Well, Spielberg wanted to make a Bond movie, but
Oh, really?
yeah, he said the Broccoli's didn't want it
Oh, that's
because
interesting.
they wanted to keep it British nationalism.
That makes sense.
Too bad.
Um,
Man,
But you didn't like
I don't.
the dance number?
It was okay. It just didn't feel
It's like very old Hollywood.
it's not an
fun.
adventure to me.
It was fun, I thought.
It's okay.
Like
It's old Hollywood fun for sure.
yeah. That dance or the dress she was in, I guess, was too tight because she was supposed to do a whole tap dance thing with the dancers.
Uh-huh.
But the
Oh.
dress they put her in was so tight she couldn't do more than what she did.
It's like make a
That's a
bigger
shame.
dress. Like fix it.
I don't know. Yeah, they were so into like, oh, this dress is made with like beads and stuff from like the 30s.
Oh my God.
They're like, we only had enough from one dress, and it's so important. and then an elephant ate most. Were you gonna bring that up?
No.
Okay.
That's funny. Is that
You're
real?
giving me the look like you're taking my notes.
No, I'm
I
not.
thought-
No, that was
Yeah.
good.
So because they're carrying it around. She's carrying that dress around
Mhm.
most of the film, and that one of the elephants in the background, which they got from like some kind of like elephant orphanage.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the Indian government, if you want to shoot a movie in India, the Indian government has to approve it.
Mhm.
And apparently they're very sensitive about how they're portrayed. So the Indian government was going to
and
make
this movie cleared the bar?
No.
They didn't shoot in India, Paul.
What? Where did they shoot?
I have it written down.
Probably the back lot in
Yeah.
Well, they did a lot of
Studio
studio
City.
stuff, but they went to some place, an island off the coast of it. It's
I think, wasn't it that they didn't allow this movie to be screened in India for maybe a little
that's
while?
also true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka. It was shot in Sri Lanka.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they were like, you can't use Maharaja, you can't use this, blah blah blah. So they're like, the guy who was scouting and trying to get all the locations on the producers went back to Spielberg and was like, we can't shoot this in India. They want us to change so much stuff. And so they went to Sri Lanka to get around all the problems they had with the script.
They're so picky.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about the dress.
Elephant ended up eating it, and they had to
Yeah.
like do an insurance claim, being like, elephant ate dress.
Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, since you brought up the dress, I think now it's appropriate now to step into our favorite segment, JD's Fashion Corner.
Oh,
I feel like I
thank
did that
God.
already. Yeah. With the suit, the white top, black bottom suit that he had.
Is
at the
that your
beginning.
one? Is that the
Yeah,
highlight?
that's the highlight too, right there.
It's a good looking suit. I mean, it's not an archaeologist's suit.
But he's
I mean, more
also
than
a
anything,
scoundrel. He's a rogue.
He's a criminal.
Okay, just because you
He's a
wouldn't wear the
grave
suit
robbing
doesn't
criminal.
mean
Yeah.
other archaeologists wouldn't, Paul.
Molly, what's your favorite outfit in the movie?
My favorite outfit is the one that he's wearing when they're at the dinner, where he's in the
Mm.
tweed.
The tweed,
Yes.
Yeah, with his
That's
glasses.
the classic teacher look that he's
Bow
got.
Yeah.
tie, spectacles,
It was-
dark brown slacks.
Hot professor
Yeah.
kind of look.
Well, Paul doesn't think he's Harrison Ford plays as a smart guy. He doesn't believe that Harrison is a college professor.
Yeah, I mean, I could kind of see him getting by on looks and charm, perhaps.
But he's definitely not the best professor. Like he's never there.
He's never there.
I did miss that in this movie. I was expecting, because I hadn't seen this one forever. I think I maybe saw it as a kid, but I was expecting after the Shanghai opening scene for us to go have a reset back in the classroom like they did in the first one and like they do in the third one. And the action just kept going. And it was very propulsive all the way through. And we never had
nonstop
that moment of
action.
like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, there's some kind of vaguely archaeological reason for him to be doing this stuff. And that never happened.
Yeah.
There we go.
My favorite outfit, I think, was see, this
Yeah.
is great with the
The
bow
bow
tie.
tie.
and
Really
the
nice.
I did notice the
suit.
bow tie a lot. Those are hard to tie.
Really?
Yes.
Never tried? Never tried to tie one.
They're complicated.
The villain with the face paint and the animal horns is another outfit to discuss.
For Indy?
No, I don't think Indy ever wore the animal horns. I'm talking about
Oh, no, Molaram. You're talking
Molaram,
about-
yeah. Which is like, that is a look. That is a great character design. That guy's performance also was extremely compelling.
He's got a face on top of his face.
Yeah, it's a shrunken head
Yeah.
on top
On
of his
his
rams.
horns.
Yeah.
On his helmet.
Yeah, apparently this guy, I think he was like a wrestler or something in India,
Mm.
and he blew up after, or maybe just a wrestler in America. I don't know where he was wrestling,
Yeah.
but he was a wrestler. He blew up from this movie and they made him shave for it, and then after that, he like always shaved his head because it was like
Wow.
this blew him up so much, in wherever he's from.
Wow.
I wrote down his name, Amrish Puri. Plays Molaram. Great voice, great face, great performance.
And in his Google image search image, he's got a pretty good hat.
So
Yeah,
that's
it's got the indie hat,
That's
yeah.
He's
something,
kind of
huh?
got-
That is basically the Indiana Jones hat.
yeah.
Yeah, that is funny.
Molly, what else grabbed you about this?
So I thought that the standout performance was Kiwi Kwan.
Yes.
I mean, we've already touched on that a little bit, but God, that kid can act.
He's so good.
He's so good.
He's
That is
big,
a
he's
once
funny.
in a lifetime kid actor. And he's obviously, as an adult actor, still very
Better than ever.
accomplished. He's better than ever. He just keeps on raising the bar. And the fact that he just, I don't know. I don't get how some kids are just so naturally talented at acting. He is one of those kids. I just thought he absolutely stole the show. I thought that the depiction of Indian people was a bummer. Big bummer. Especially all the like, ew, gross monkey brains. Like the monkey brains thing, I think actually became a part of the nomenclature when people would talk about Indian people and like how savage they are. They would be like, oh yeah, in India they eat monkey brains. Like I think that this, even though people don't eat monkey brains in India, because of Indiana Jones, Todd, that became something that people said. I think I remember reading that in like college. And if that's not true, fact check me. Come for me in the comments.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, that scene is like so unpleasant to watch. Watching Willie
bummer.
squirm while the guy just enjoys all this like, weird, gross food.
Yeah.
Spielberg,
Bugs.
they tried to, talk about it as like, this is like the slapsticky 1930s humor that they were going for with the the feel of it. It was over the top. They called it gross out humor.
Yeah.
And people were saying this is when Spielberg was more in like a sophomoric humor phase.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on. It was not ideal. It's not good.
It didn't land for me because they sort of did this thing where they're like, oh, they were trying to amp it up, but it didn't feel like it was being amped up. It felt like all of it was gross, kind of equally. It would have been, maybe just thinking about it from like a joke construction perspective, if they had started with something that was just like, oh, that's a little gross, that's a little weird. And then the next dish that comes out, they like amp it up more and more and more until they get the monkey brains and then she passes out, right? But it seemed like they were all pretty gross and it went on too long.
Yeah, I think there's like 4 things that were too gross for her.
Yeah, it was like, okay,
she's
we
dying.
get it. We get it.
Meanwhile, we're intercutting this scene. This was the worst scene of the movie. We're intercutting this gross out food scene with Indiana Jones having a very cordial conversation with like this British.
Oh God,
he's the
British
prime minister.
Army
Oh, well,
dude.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
the
they're
other
the
guy's
prime
the
minister
look at all these
Pancake Palace.
savages around, and then these white men can finally
Sensitive,
have
Paul.
some conversation.
The white guys and like the British soldiers, the whole like treatment of the British Empire too is also weird because that's kind of the backdrop of this. But the movie seems to like not have a take on it.
Right.
Like at the very end, it's the British army that comes and saves the day, basically. But it's like, I don't want to be cheering for the British army in India. That's kind of weird.
Don't make me cheer for the British army.
And then
nobody would have thought of that though back in the 80s. Nobody's thinking.
No, that's
Wait,
true. That's just
not,
me. That's my
not,
particular.
Yeah, I think that's a part that's, aged. I mean, the realities come out, it's just the realism of it. It's not.
It didn't age well.
Yeah.
Molly, you get it.
Yeah, I do get it. I think
It's your thing.
I just wish that they had spent some time in India
Yeah.
before making this movie.
They were in a mine in India.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, like it would have been better if they just kept on going with the same Nazi villains. But if they were going to have this film take place in India, would have loved for them to spend a little bit more time there.
So these 2 elements, the like uncomfortable racial politics
Yeah.
and cultural appropriation aspects of this movie, and then combined with Ki Hai Kwan's fantastic performance, are the fodder for my pitch for a Indiana Jones legacy sequel. We know Disney is looking for ideas
Always.
to keep this franchise profitable and lucrative, but maybe move on gracefully from Harrison Ford.
Yes.
This is the quandary that this franchise is in. So here's my pitch. We open in the American West. A fedora is tumbling like a tumbleweed across the desolate prairie. A golden retriever chases it down and brings it back to Ki-Hai Kwan as Professor Short Round, aka Dr. Jonathan Kwan, the name he once used as a child actor, so he could get roles. This is now his character's name. He's an adult. He's doing actual archaeological work on an actual site. He is a professional. He's really good at it. And he says, as he gets the hat back, he says, "Thanks, Indy," to the dog. The dog's name is Indiana Jones.
Oh my God.
But then an assistant tells him he gets a call. We see Harrison Ford via Zoom on mute. The old man doesn't realize he's on mute.
That's
very funny.
Very funny. Very
We're
funny.
laughing. We're laughing. Indiana Jones says, "Hey, I heard from a contact that the Shankara stones are on the black market. International trafficking. All my smuggler cronies from back in the day when I used to do bad shit as a freaking dirtbag smuggler. The Shankara stone, Indy is telling Dr. Dr. Kwan.
Yeah.
Via Zoom.
So this is like in the 2000s.
Yeah, this is present day.
In world Indy would be super old, right?
Fuck, you're right.
Oh, yeah, because it's the 30s.
Damn it.
It's not. I mean,
Bork's
Kwan would be
man.
the old guy.
He's super old now.
Dang it.
All right, so the Zoom thing doesn't work. But anyway, so that's the pitch is like the Shankara stones are back on the black market. Indiana Jones is an old dude. And the call to action is for now adult, fully professional archaeologist, but in a good way, in a modern way.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but here's the conflict of the movie is Dr. Kwan goes to track down the stones and he wants to repatriate them because he's grown up and he forgot that the magic is real. And he's so professional. He wants to get the stones and give them back to the tribe.
Wow.
Because these stones don't belong in a museum.
Right.
Well, that's what Harrison Ford says at the end of the movie.
No, he says it would have just been another rock collecting dust. It's very conflicting.
So they don't go into a museum, and he keeps it with the. He talks about the culture and the people that give it.
But that's not his perspective. He's not in that
movie, at the end of that movie.
It's sort of. I don't know. It's not his ideology as a character. But I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then the wokeness is his downfall because then over the course of the movie, it reveals that, by the way, this cult is still magic and real, and it is still the Temple of Doom. Short Round returns to the Temple of Doom. That's my pitch.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't seem as though his motivation throughout the film is to get these stones back to the rightful owners because of like the ethics of keeping them with this culture. It's just like because he was asked. Because he needed something to do.
I mean, he's a literal white savior. Like he falls out from because he's a soldier of fortune in this movie. Really, he comes out or whatever fortune. Maybe not a soldier. I don't like soldier.
I think that phrase means like fuck. Someone who's paid to. Never mind. Go on.
But he's he just happens.
Mercenary.
Right.
Kali brings them to the not Kali. Shiva brings them to the Indian village because the whole thing with the airplane and they just happen to get off and the raft scene brings them to the village and they like just told and then even the guy in the village is like, we prayed to Shiva and he brought you.
Right.
And so I mean, yeah, it's very whitewashy, not good, but in the story, the world of the Indieverse that was, he was brought to them by their god.
He's the guy.
Yeah. But
I forgot the point I was trying to make halfway through that. Sorry.
I don't know what you're
we were talking about his motivation throughout the film and how at the very end he's like, oh, well, these shouldn't just be rocks collecting dust, but that it wasn't obvious that was his motivation throughout the film.
Yes.
It wasn't until he said that at the end that it was like, oh, is that why we did this whole thing?
No, I think he just wanted to do a solid for the tribe.
Well, because they
asked
there was
for his help, and then they were like, okay, we're going to Pancake Palace.
The little kid comes and he gives them the cloth with the Shiva and giving the stones to the mortal. So it's these 5 stones, they're infinity stones that he gives to them to fight evil, right? Very Marvel.
Sure.
Yeah.
And no, I didn't.
I mean, I'm comparing
pick up
it to
on that at all.
Well, okay.
He wants the help. He wants to help the tribe. The tribe asked for help.
He wants the fortune and glory from finding these stones.
Yeah.
They keep saying fortune and glory at the beginning.
It's true.
And then it's not till he sees the child slavery and then beating the kids and he throws the rock at the dude who's beating the kid. That's when he gets emotionally invested in like, okay, I'm going to try and help these kids.
I see.
And then
and then he's
still probably thinking, I'm going to keep these rocks And then after, he witnesses the power of Shiva, the guy tries to pull his heart out, which I thought was an interesting point. Is Indy more powerful than this Kali god? Because he's trying to pull his heart out, and all he does is pull his hand away, and it didn't work on him.
Yeah, it makes me think that maybe we really could go with Paul's idea to pitch to Disney for present day, because in fact, Indiana Jones is a demigod. He might not be immortal like the rest of us.
Now we're talking.
He did do the drinks in the next movie. He drinks the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah. So, just
there's
saying.
an argument. But
There's
it
an
would have
argument.
to take place in the 1960s if you're going to do Short Round being old enough to be Indy.
Yeah, that's true.
So I actually had an idea for a sequel that actually fits in the Indyverse. Yeah.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, my initial idea, because Dial of Destiny didn't happen. All right, this would take the place of Dial of Destiny, which is the fifth film in the franchise, the most recent one to come out.
We're all bending the truth a little bit. Go on.
Yeah, so Short Round is doing the Indy thing now. He's out archaeology, grave robbing.
We can agree that you got to do that.
Yeah,
if you're you got to get this guy. He's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would feel right.
This would be the best. Yeah, this would have been, I think this would have been better because all the goodwill he had from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everyone loved that they had reconnected after 60 years or whatever the fuck it was. And
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story. I think people wanted that. And anyway, so Kike Kwan would have gone missing. And then he gets a letter to Indiana Jones at his school. And he's like, hey, I need your help. So Indiana, kind of like kind of a soft reboot of Last Crusade, because Indy has to go try and find Short Round. And then he could just kind of cameo a little bit, just give him a hand out of like a hard spot. Like right at the end, he comes in and he helps him out of a tough jam. Okay. And then that's the reunion you want, but the Kike Kwan's the star the whole time. Am I saying his name right? I'm sorry.
I don't know. We looked it up at one point.
Yeah,
I believe that it's Kiwi Kwan. I know it sounds like Kiwi.
Is that one of those
Is
funny
that like
jokes?
a funny little joke? No, I think it's Kiwi Kwan.
Kiwi Kwan. We can do that. I'm
good with that.
I can handle that.
Yeah.
I thought it was Kike Kwe.
No,
but I might be wrong. I mean, it's very likely I'm wrong.
Kiwi Kwan.
Thanks, Google.
So Google says it's
the definitive source as usual. The freaking auto reader. This is a terrible source for pronunciation. We have talked about this before. This does not make sense. The robot
it reads the words that are on the page.
No, it's so bad, man. It's so wrong. Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I mean, I didn't have a whole fleshed out story, but I did think that would have been a better idea.
We'll work on it for next time. When we talk Last Crusades, we're gonna have.
Okay, what about this? Indy punches a woman in the face in the beginning scene of Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan Club
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it's
Did that age well?
Probably not.
I thought it was funny. It was very slapsticky, and he's just flailing around. He it's not like he has a vendetta out on this woman or something.
Everything is chaotic. I think I would have felt differently about it if there was any woman with agency and an interesting story throughout. I probably would have been like, okay, bummer, but okay.
Mm.
In this film, because the one woman is just a sort of a prop and a punchline of like, oh my God, she's so dramatic.
She's a famous American singer. That's what, because Dan Aykroyd makes a cameo.
That's right.
Yeah, he's escorting him from after the nightclub scene, and when he's going to the plane, Dan Aykroyd's the one to goes, aren't you the famous American vocalist?
Aren't you a famous American vocalist?
Willie Prescott or something like that?
That was pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
I'm totally
You missed Dan Aykroyd?
Totally over my head. Missed him completely.
Might be my favorite SNL original cast member. Anyway.
He's really funny.
He's great. I think people sleep on Dan Aykroyd.
I agree.
So Dan Aykroyd was in Temple of Doom, and then he has Crystal Skull vodka.
Yeah, there's a parallel there. There's a through line there.
But what's the connection though? What happened?
He's a big conspiracy theorist
as
well.
He loves off for this stuff, huh?
Where's the money? You gotta follow the money.
Cui bono, JD. Who's
it's
making money
Kwan.
here? Okay, what?
Kike Kwan.
Oh,
he said K bono.
Cui bono. Oh, great.
Oh yeah, so the Paramount logo dissolves into the that bell. There's like a mountain carved on it. That's something they do in all the movies. They do a dissolve from the Paramount logo into a mountain.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I thought that was fun.
That was nice.
On the gong.
Very good.
They also did the shot of the plane flying into sunset because they had a very similar shot in the first movie. That was nice.
But there are parallels
cool.
because he's actually still in danger. He's not actually getting away from danger like he was in the first film.
Right.
Because the plane's owned by the guy he was getting away from.
Yeah.
He goes, nice try, Lao Xie, or whatever.
And then he
Lao Xie.
closes the door. It's on the side.
Yeah.
They didn't give us the map, the great map. I don't think I saw that.
There was one.
Was it?
Yes.
And I just
when
missed
they're
it?
flying through from Shanghai.
In that case, I loved it. I loved that part. One of my favorite
One thing,
parts.
I know you guys might not know aviation too well, but is there a fuel dump lever in every plane?
Oh my God.
It's hard to think of a scenario in which you'd need that for anything good. But this is the plane of an organized criminal.
Right, yeah.
You know,
so he just
I think
has
that
a plane that does
he said when I have this plane made, because he commissioned to have it made for him.
Yeah.
He said, obviously, I'm going to need to have a few tricks up my sleeve if I need to kill everyone in this plane. So make sure that there's sort of a death button in the plane. Yeah, but that's just from a lay person, no experience in aviation.
Gotcha.
I thought the plane sequence was cool. The plane sequence, and then how they jump off into the boat. The boat is the raft, and then the snow, and then into the water, and all the raft stuff. Oh,
this is a ride at Disney, right? Is this a ride?
I don't think that's the ride.
Is this Disney or Universal Studios?
Disney does. Might be because it's owned by Paramount.
Okay, so
there's. Sorry, go for it.
No, tell me.
No, do your. Yeah, I want to hear this.
Because I was at the beginning of the week, I was like, oh, I want to go back to Disney Plus because that's where I watched them all originally.
Right.
When we first decided to take on this juggernaut of a project. And I watched all the Indiana Jones films on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then last week I went to go start watching because I got all the DVDs, obviously. And I wanted to see because in this film, they take out the whole part with Molaram taking out the heart because they thought it was too intense for cable.
Oh.
So they do a lot of stuff like different things where they cut that whole sequence out basically.
Wow.
Where it's like they see what's happening and then they just cut to like a short round, like making a face.
Wow.
Or they zoom in so that you can't see Molaram holding the heart.
What? No way.
Yeah. And they don't show the part where his heart seals back up after he pulls it out. Anyway, so I was like, oh, I want to see what they did if they took that out on Disney Plus. Went back to Disney Plus at the beginning of the week. It's gone. The only Indiana Jones movies on Disney Plus now are Dial of Destiny.
Wow.
I know.
But yeah, Paramount Plus and Disney are cahoots, right? That's CBS or
no, ABC is Disney.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
and
hard.
Paramount's trying to buy, or the company that owns Paramount's trying to buy the HBO, Warner Brothers.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, how about that?
I would love. You know what I would love is if we just made a complete monopoly of media companies. I think that there should be fewer of the companies. I think there should just be, maybe
which one? If you could only choose one.
PBS.
Wow. PBS.
But yeah, that's so frightening that that more media companies are trying to buy each other. Apple is not a media company.
Well, they have the Apple Plus.
They do have. Well,
I mean, I like.
They are making their own stuff.
Might be my favorite streaming service.
Apple TV
That's
Plus.
a crazy choice.
They have Harrison Ford is on a show on Apple Plus.
As if this is some wild trump card. They have 80-year-old Harrison Ford co-starring in a comedy.
Actor.
Yeah.
He is a fine actor.
It is great.
He was a hunk.
I was just going to say, very handsome man.
You don't think he's aging well?
He's aging fine. He's just like...
I think he's a very handsome elderly man.
He has dementia in this show, and it's great. He's playing very, very dramatic role.
How are his fits? How's the outfit?
He's good. Old guy. Yeah, you're watching it.
You're watching too?
I've watched it. Okay. I haven't watched the whole thing.
Yeah, it's great. Tell Paul it's great.
I think it's great.
Thank you.
But not great enough to have more than a 30-day trial of Apple TV Plus, which is what I did. And then I was like, I don't know.
That's good.
I watched some of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Some of
watched
it.
on there recently is this Martin Scorsese show,
Doc?
5-part
Oh,
documentary
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's good.
I bet you
I
ate
love
up,
that
huh?
Scorsese.
Yeah,
That's
that
my
little
guy.
troll of a man. That's who you think is handsome, dude.
I don't care what he
You're
looks
like-
like. He's a
Oh.
brilliant
You were-
filmmaker.
he used to
He's
be
maybe
a
the
hunk.
greatest
That was-
American filmmaker.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He needs
Quentin.
his actors to be hot.
Oh, and does he ever pick him?
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
he's got an eye. That's
Yeah.
Scorsese.
Yeah. So, what was the question?
Indiana
oh,
Jones and
where-
the Temple of Doom.
Where does the film live? Not on Disney Plus anymore. Is
on
it
Paramount
Disney? It's on Paramount, but Paramount and Disney are related. No,
They are not.
No,
They are not.
because it's a Lucasfilm. They made
Okay.
it with Paramount because I think that's where
Yeah.
Spielberg was doing his movies all through Paramount at that
Okay.
point.
I watched them on Amazon Prime.
Where did you watch it?
I watched it on Prime as well.
Yeah, because I reached out to you. I was like, hey, just so you know.
You did. You did.
Were
tell
you
me.
annoyed by that or were you not?
No,
I was
it
curious,
was
'cause I was
very
just trying to help
helpful.
out, but I was like, I don't know if she thought this was helpful or not.
No, I gave it a like.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
saw you thumbs up it. I didn't know if that
Yeah.
was like good. I thought
No,
you were
I
like,
was
I
like-
got a guy. I'll figure it out. That's like,
No, I really appreciated that.
Okay,
I thought it was very
curious. I was
It was
like, I wonder
very
how she took
thoughtful
this.
that you were like, if you're looking for this movie, let me tell you where you're not going to find it. I would have done the same thing for
Well, that's
you
nice.
if you were coming on my show
Okay.
and I found, and we were watching a movie and I found it on a different platform than what I expected. I would have texted you and said, hey,
Awesome.
just a heads up. But I did end up watching it on Prime.
Do you deal with that a lot? Do you think like, oh, I got to find it for them?
Well,
Because I
if
don't want
it's-
them to spend the $7 or whatever.
It depends. There are some movies that we've done on the podcast that are pretty impossible to find
hmm
most places. So if I've got it on DVD, I'll be like, hey, if you want to come watch it, or if
Oh,
you
you're
want to
inviting
borrow the
people
DVD.
over to come watch it. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it's like it's on a streaming service that I have
hmm
and I'm not sure if they have it, I'm like, hey, if you need the password,
Wow.
let me know.
Very giving.
All right.
thank you. But here's the thing. It's a lot harder to do now with all these limited numbers of devices in the households.
boy,
Boy.
it's killing me. I had Netflix, and now I don't because I didn't make the cut for
Right.
the people
Same.
who
I
held
got-
the account.
I got cut from the family account. It was tough.
All right.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
JD wants to segue now to something else.
Oh, okay.
Well, should we talk about the
Paul,
whip?
wait.
The whip action in this? Oh, wait a second. No. Fuck that.
Okay.
We should talk about our hold on to your butts moments.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking about making mine when Short Round literally says, hold on to your potatoes, Dr.
Okay.
Jones.
Oh, I loved
Which, when he
that.
said that, I was like, we fucked up this whole show. We
I
should
thought
have
about
called
it,
this
but-
hold on to your potatoes.
Hold on to
Yeah.
your
Because that was
potatoes.
so good.
Oh, I loved that. She says, a kid's driving the car. He says, hold on
I
to
thought you
your
were going to do Kiki
potatoes.
Kwan. I thought you were going to do a short round impression.
No.
It was close. It was close. But yeah, he goes, hold on to your potatoes. Mine is when Indiana Jones is taken over by the dark sleep of Kali or whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
Mm.
And he goes, Dr. Jones, I love you. And he burns him.
Uh-huh.
But okay, yeah, sorry. So when he,
I remember this moment.
yeah, when he when
From
they
the coffee shop
reunite,
earlier.
when they reunite and he gives him his hat and he comes down and he gives him a hug, more like hold on to your hearts.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hold on to your box of tissues.
I got welled up multiple times in this movie because it's
Wow.
so
Fucking
beautiful.
Kidding me. What
Hey,
are the
I
times?
have daddy issues, okay? I want a good
Yeah.
role
Oh,
model.
Last Crusade's gonna
And
be
fucking-
fun with you.
Wow.
That's the daddy
Yeah, I
one.
don't really. I mean, the kid thing really got me. I
Yeah.
thought it was when he's like, Dr. Jones, I love you, and he
Oh,
fucking
God.
burns his ass.
Yeah.
Guess that's how much he loves him. He's like, I know this isn't you, and you'd rather be burned to death
Yeah.
than live like this.
It's incredible.
I'd do the same for you, Paul. Where's a candle?
Oh, that's nice.
I feel like you have been a little
what?
I don't know, argumentative during the. I feel like you've been a little rowdy, so I think you may have drinking the
A
dark blood of Kali, and I
a
gotta
little
burn
combative?
your ass to be. Yes, thank
you're
you.
gonna- well, okay.
I don't know.
We gotta
I've
make
really-
sure. Burn. Do you have a lighter?
No,
Fine.
but I really do feel like I haven't really felt differently from you and any opinion that you've shared so far.
Hey,
I'm not really
wow.
feeling the combative.
The couch is on
energy.
the same page here.
Yeah, it may. Do you think that it's because we're sitting on the same side of the room that we feel like
Maybe.
we share opinions and JD's sort of behind a desk
I feel like you guys have been coached by media people, and I'm
Mhm.
just being honest.
Honestly, no. I feel like the opposite is true. I think the trend of the narrative around this movie is reclamation. It's time to reevaluate it and embrace it as a classic. And I'm here to say, no, don't do it. Leave
There's
it
just
in the
better
dustbin.
movies. There's
It's-
just better
Leave
movies.
it in the
There's better
dustbin.
movies with Indiana Jones. All of them, in fact. This is
Yeah.
not a good one.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not. I mean, you like it. Well, we'll have to reevaluate after you've seen all of them.
Let me hit you
Yeah,
with my
'cause
rankings
you're giving-
so far.
You're getting
Okay.
This is number 2 of 2. Raiders is
still
better.
top 5.
I do have to give it that. It's
That's
top 5.
so true.
It's the top 5.
Yeah. I
Uh,
haven't seen the rest, at least not in my
But it didn't make you want to
knowledge.
stop watching it.
I wasn't like, oh my God, I have to turn this off, but I was doing other stuff while I was watching it. I was like, I was making
Mhm.
lunch. I was
So I'm
like,
the one who sat down and fully took this all in 4
Only
times.
one who did his
Yes.
homework. Yeah. I mean,
I'm just not that I didn't do the homework.
I think probably out of the 5, I would say this one would be my least favorite.
Mm.
Have you seen all 5?
No.
Okay.
Do you
That's
have
what I'm
any? Do you
saying.
have any interest in doing that?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I do have interest.
Are you going to do it?
I am.
Okay.
there
Can I
something
call you
about
by the
the
end of the year? And
What's
see if
that?
you did it?
By the end of the year, I can do that.
Don't
Okay.
do-
Yeah.
I just want to see if you'll do it. Probably
I
not.
will.
Okay.
I will do it.
What do you think the character of Indiana Jones resonates today? Or like, do you feel connected to it? Does it work like?
The way that I think it's hard because, like you said, this is a prequel, so they had to completely erase any character development that he
Mhm.
had in the first film. And it's not like this is an origin story that
Mm-mm.
establishes where he got to where he
Nope.
is in the first one, at least is my understanding. So it's hard to evaluate if I resonate with him as a character because he doesn't really have much. There's
In-
not much to go off of in this film. He is
Mhm.
pretty bland. He's kind of bland man. He is
he knows Chinese. He knows in Hindi or whatever they speak.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't mean that to sound as dismissive as I meant. As it sounded. I just don't know what they speak there.
Yeah.
He
it was
speaks like a
Hindi.
bunch of different languges
Yeah. So
in this movie.
what does that tell me
That's
about his character? It tells me that
shallow.
he's probably traveled a lot, that he's educated, but that's not those aren't character
That's not
qualities.
what you're looking for.
It's not, I mean, it doesn't tell me a lot about the character. It tells me a little,
Okay. All right.
but not a lot. I think that the lack of clarity on his drive behind this entire adventure and the way that he is just dismissive of Willie throughout the film.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's shut up, Willie.
Yeah, I
that
think-
stood out to me. I was like, wow, just telling this woman to shut up.
Mhm.
His character doesn't resonate with me because basically he's just this stoic guy who's
That's,
like,
the
Adventure
arc
guy.
of heroes back then. You
Yeah,
know, they
so-
weren't-
Not all
Um,
of them.
name
not all
one
of them.
A hero that has a better arc.
in the 80s.
Rocky. We talked about it last time.
Oh, that's a
but
really good
Rocky becomes more like this
He does
in the sequels.
Dan Aykroyd's character in Trading Places, he grows.
great
Yeah,
pull.
he becomes poor.
He does.
He becomes poor and different from the beginning.
That is
of
a
the
point I
film.
wanted to make. I read or listened to a whole book about action stars throughout the
Uh-huh.
80s and Schwarzenegger, Stallone, and how they changed that whole genre. And they made, because Indiana Jones is such a departure from that archetype.
Mhm.
And but in this movie, they made him bulk up. They made him work
Ah.
out, and he was shirtless a lot more in this movie
Yeah.
because they wanted to get more of that Stallone. Because Terminator had come out,
Yeah.
Conan had already come out. I think they're
Mhm.
on Rocky 3 by this time.
Right.
Rambo had
That's
come
what's
out.
making money. Huh?
Yeah, so
Right.
so they want Harrison Ford to be more of that kind of action star
Yeah.
archetype.
Yeah.
That was one of the decisions they made, and then the other decision was more episodic.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a whole
Storytelling in
new
a way, yeah.
setting, a whole new batch of characters,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think those big decisions are just so wrong.
Right.
I don't want to see buff Indiana Jones. I want to see the rakish, charming yet nebbishy professor guy.
Right.
That's why he's fun. He can fit in both worlds.
Yeah, you wanted more Dr. Jones, really.
I wanted Dr. Jones.
I think that the things that okay, so the qualities that he had in this film that are very aligned with the other action stars of this time, like the bravery, the stoicism. He's very like capable. We see him as a capable person. He knows what he needs to do. He's he's well traveled. He's seen the world. He knows how things work.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not that interesting to me. I want to see a hero who is having some sort of inner battle. I want a hero who's a little bit flawed and has something to like grow into by the end of the film. I want them to overcome something within themselves. I want to have like, I don't need an anti-hero. I don't need an anti-hero. In fact, I don't really want any more. We have enough. But I want a hero that has some inner demons that he has to work through. And I didn't see that in Indiana Jones in this film.
I'm thinking like Batman a la Dark Knight is what you want.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's what you're
Maybe.
thinking.
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. I want some, some inner demons to be resolved. If he really like, if we got more into like dad issues, if this was more of like a he's taking in this kid because like his dad never loved him. I mean, that's an easy way that I would have been like, okay, it is
some kind of emotional arc.
He's like solving for something that he struggled with,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious what happened to Short Round after this, because he said he found him his parents died when he was 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then he found him trying to pick his pockets, and he's 7 now. So I guess he found him when he was 4 because they've been together for a couple of years. Is what I got from the film.
Mm-hmm.
And then where along the line does he just fucking leave this kid?
Where does he go?
Yeah, where does this kid go? It's crazy.
I mean, look, this kid, he seems very capable too.
Yeah.
He seems like, honestly, I'd trust him to fend for himself if he needed to.
And Kike Kwan, he had so much charisma because when he brought his brother to the audition, and his brother was supposed to be the one auditioning.
Really?
Yeah, and he was coaching his brother, being like, "Hey, just do this." And the Spielberg and all the producers like Key so much.
That's so cool.
They were like, "Can you do some improv with Harrison Ford?" And so they did that, and they improvised that whole scene where he was cheating with the poker game.
Yeah,
and that came into the movie, but that was cute. Like their audition together.
Very cute.
Yeah. And Keith said that Harrison Ford made him feel real comfortable. Like he's like, there's some scene in the cart chase where the two carts are like pulling Short Round, and Kike Kwan does a lot of his own stunts actually. Like that was so something cool. He did. And he was like, I was so scared I started crying. And Harrison Ford was like, hey, I won't let anything bad happen to you. And like, I know, that's why I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It gets me.
Yeah.
Wikipedia told me that Harrison Ford kept stealing Short Round's quips from the script.
Really?
And taking them for himself.
That's so funny.
Which, I mean, he didn't have a lot of great quips. He was right that he could have used more
He's
quips.
Like, you can keep holding on to your potatoes.
But it's funny that he would take them from the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's Short Round is great. Oh yeah, Harrison Ford didn't break his back. He got a herniated disc when he's fighting that thuggy after the dinner.
Yikes.
The infamous dinner scene, and him and Willie have that, will they, won't they whole thing, which I loved. I was into it.
Oh,
honestly, I was going to say that was my hold on to your butts moment.
Okay.
Was when he said nocturnal activity or whatever.
Yeah,
She's like, what would you study about me? He said nocturnal activities. I said, let's go.
Yeah, that's great.
I liked that a lot.
Good,
like, of course, we knew that that's where it was going to go because we have a beautiful woman. And so, like, of course, he's gonna get with her.
I've seen movies.
It was I've seen a movie or two.
I know.
But that was like one of the first moments that he expressed that he was like nice to her, honestly. And I know that like, yes, he saved her life and he was like keeping her safe or whatever. But in that moment, I was like, this is hot.
Yeah, I know. It was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was very flirty, very fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when he's like trying to see if there's somebody in her room too, and she's like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he like touches the statue.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm right here. You didn't like that, Paul? That was
fun.
fun.
It was okay.
Right.
That was my hold on to your butts moment. Fine. I said, oh, here we go.
Yeah. So there was so when he's fighting that thuggy guy and he throws him over his back, he got a herniated disc doing that. Yeah.
Ouchie.
And then so they ended up having to stop production for like almost 2 months while they did that.
Whoa.
And he had to go get a surgery and then come back. And then
That's nuts.
he like claimed that, you know, all the exercise he had to do to get fit for the movie helped him with his back surgery because he was, you know, stronger and could heal better. But I think that's crazy because he did a lot of his stunts in the first movie. So he had to really fuck himself up in this one to like stop production.
Wow.
And
well, you never know.
What?
I mean, so you never, I mean, it's not like you get to a certain level, you're like, I'm impervious to.
No, but I mean, he's
injuries.
like a strong guy. So the idea that like, you know, they're like when he was like put up the alarm bells of like something's wrong, everybody was like, oh shit, something must really be wrong.
See, when you just said, oh, I don't know, I thought you were going to say like, I bet he was faking it. He just needed a break.
He just hates Harrison Ford.
He just needed a break. That
like this piece
little
of shit,
baby.
so lazy.
I wonder if on this set, you know, because there's also the famous moment of Raiders where like everyone behind the scenes got dysentery, and they had this choreographed fight scene with Indy and his whip and this guy with a sword. It's a great Hollywood story because then they all got sick, and then Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg looked at each other and they were like, "What if Indiana Jones just shot the guy instead of having this big
fight?" I guess they said that was Harrison Ford's idea.
So whatever, Harrison Ford suggests this, and then so it turns into this iconic moment where Indiana Jones is just like over it and like just wants to not do the fight and just kills the guy with a gun.
Incredible.
I wonder if there's stuff on this set of this movie where they have that in their heads that worked so well. Because we already know there's that gag in the script that plays with the audience's expectations from that moment, where there's two guys with swords that show up. Indy goes for his gun's missing, and he has to punch them out. It's very unsatisfying. But I wonder if behind the scenes they were like, we don't have like what are we gonna come up with here? Like, or what's the constraint? Like if a herniated disc comes up, like how do we use that? Or like where do we take that?
I think they were just so like, we have to do something so different from the first one. They were just how do we heighten? So
probably.
Yeah, so when Harrison Ford was recovering from his surgery, they shot that whole fight sequence with the rocks getting crushed in the thing. So most of that's his stunt double.
The like mining cart
thing? Or like the conveyor belt that's crushing before they get into the
fight
carts.
Scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the fight choreography?
Generally pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
it's,
good.
you know, slapsticky in the same way as, you know, the humor.
Yeah.
It's like not the most believable.
Well, yeah,
but
I mean,
it's fun.
They use an inflatable boat, a raft as
so
a parachute. You know, we're suspending disbelief.
There's actually
bit.
a Mythbusters about that.
No way.
Yeah, they're like the only way they would have survived is if they would have used the raft as a parachute.
Well, yeah.
But they're saying, Paul, they wouldn't have been able to live, from that.
Oh, that's good to know.
Good to know.
Mythbusters.
Yeah, because they had dummies in it when they threw it out and it inflated and it hit. But they said that the force of them hitting would have killed them.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the Mythbusters.
So if ever we find ourselves in that position, flip over the boat, use it as a parachute.
Yeah.
If you're ever in an organized criminal's private jet and someone gets, you know, they hit the button to dump all the fuel.
Yeah.
And they escape with parachutes. At least we now know
we're ready.
We're ready.
But did you recognize the big guy from the first movie, Paul? I told you he comes up again.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah.
We recorded this last week. I forgot.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, so there's
where did he pop up?
The big Nazi guy who gets killed by the propellers in the first movie. He's the big bad guy in this one. But they, you know, darken his skin, give him a beard. And he's the guy.
What the fuck? I think Stevie baby, what are you doing, man?
Well, he's keeping the people he likes around.
I guess. Wow. The one piece of fight choreography I didn't like was when Indiana Jones pulls Willie out of the like cage thing where she's gonna be sacrificed. Sorry, my voice just broke. He pulls her out of the cage thing. And then she's like, "Thank you," and then she like slaps him.
Yeah,
the slap is horrible. It's such an unrealistic slap, and the worst part is the sound effect is a punching sound effect.
It's not a slap.
A slapping sound effect. It totally took me out of the movie.
Yeah,
hated it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Harrison Ford said riding the elephant was really hard. Like the way you sit on it, it like where you sit on it and how they their arms move, it's like it feels like it's pulling you apart, is what he said.
Oh God.
And so he thinks that's where his herniated disc, like his back power album started.
No
is when
way.
they started when they shot that stuff.
The
Wow.
elephants were great. I mean, think I said it earlier, but those long shots, those wide shots of elephants going across the landscape, that made me feel like this is an adventure. We're doing an adventure here.
Yeah.
It was really cool. There's so much of the visuals, like you're scrolling through these images. I'm like, this is a great movie. I want to see this movie. And then you actually watch it and it's like, ugh.
Dude, all this stuff was great. When he gets, when he's fighting in here, and it like the lighting is so crazy. Like this is a huge set that they had to like build. And all the lighting is like very, the thuggy cult.
Sort of chamber.
Yeah.
Ritual chamber.
Yeah.
Paul, I guess last time you asked me about my relationship to these movies, but then we didn't ask you. What was your your first introduction to these?
Honestly, I don't remember the first time I saw them, but we'll get into it in Last Crusade. That was the one for me. I saw Last Crusade so many times as a kid. The rest of the series, not as much. The only other one that I have an actual connection with is Crystal Skull, which I have a funny story I'm looking forward to telling. But Last Crusade,
stay tuned,
loved so much. This one I don't even really remember ever seeing before, but I think I did. I remember the bridge sequence at the end. Like I think I saw it and didn't like it and forgot about it. So that's, I don't know. It's not a strong relationship. It never mattered that much to me.
Oh yeah, so
Sorry.
the bad guy. Yeah, it's a little.
Sorry, it's fucking
That's fine.
disappointing. I told you I wanted to do the Matrix for the second season, but here we are.
Here we are.
I thought you said we did Indiana Jones was thrown out, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you say? You said
The bad guy's plan in the film was to get all 5 Shankara stones, which have powers.
Yeah.
That Shiva gave to man to fight evil. So he says the British in India will be slaughtered.
Mm-hmm.
Then they overrun the Muslims.
See, that's where you get into trouble.
Then the Hebrew God will fall.
Drive the British out of India. I'm there. Good. Cool.
Yeah. So far, so good.
Overrun the
but
Muslims.
then it's the overreach.
Not so
that's
good.
a little much.
Then the Hebrew God will fall, and then the Christian God will be cast down. Forgotten and Kali will rule the world. That's the plan of this thuggy cult.
So this thuggy cult where they don't you wish you would have watched the movie now, Paul? Not really. Their idea, their cosmology, their belief includes all of these other faiths. Their God will defeat the Christian God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting way to see the world.
Yeah.
That the other people that believe different stuff, like what they're believing is true as well.
Yeah.
That they're just not seeing.
In Raiders, that's the Hebrew God or whatever they talk about, and that's what gives power to the Ark.
I think that's the real advantage of having this backdrop of polytheism, that they can create a framework in which there's an opportunity for like multiple deities to be in conflict with each other and to be like taken down. I think that definitely like helps from a just like
if you're just a person in the world trying to get along with people.
Oh, I guess
that's what I'm thinking. Were you thinking of something else?
I was thinking of like this film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How does that help in what are you talking about?
I mean, like in a film where like the deities are a part of the plot, like they're trying to take down the different gods, they're trying to assert world domination, universe domination. The fact that there are multiple gods to take down, that they in their faith can envision a world in which there is the existence of a Hebrew god, a Christian god, a Muslim god that can all be taken down, rather than thinking like, oh, well, we just want to prove to these people that their gods aren't real. It's like it actually raises the stakes when to the villains there is like a set of gods to be taken down. Do you know what I mean?
There's going to be some kind of like godly battle.
Yeah.
That they're imagining.
Yeah.
I think there's like a very King Arthur-esque thing about that, fairies and Christian God thing.
And so therefore like it makes it real for all of these people. It's not just like, oh, well, we don't believe in magic, but maybe it could be real. It's like these 5 stones are going to allow us to accomplish something because we're living in a belief system where like all of this is real, and the realness of what we believe does not like erase the realness of what other people believe, but we still want to be the rulers of this world, and so we need to like be evil to do that.
It would be cool if they brought the Ark of the Covenant in and did a little like supernatural battle between these MacGuffins.
That'd be so
Do
cool.
some face melting and some heart ripping out, and
You guys were talking about the fight choreography, and I did notice that short rounds like go-to move is a sidekick, which is Bruce Lee's like signature move.
Nice.
Oh,
And he kept doing sidekicks.
That's cool.
He said he did watch a lot of Bruce Lee stuff.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
Great.
that.
Good. Bruce Lee, classic. Do you want to talk about Bruce Lee? Do you feel like Bruce Lee's influence is felt in other ways in this film?
I mean, it's hard to get it out of his shadow when you bring, any kind of like Chinese cinema stuff into a film. I mean, his shadow looms large, over Hollywood and I think Hong Kong film. So,
And also just buff guys in general.
yeah, I mean, he was
Just
part of
buff
that whole
guys.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
He
I
was
mean,
buff?
this like bringing in the era of like what a tough guy is, an action star in that era.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something there.
Hmm.
I mean, when you think Chinese superstar, that's the guy you think of.
Yeah. Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen.
I can't even put a face to the name.
Jackie
Donnie
Chan.
Yen. Jackie
Jackie Chan I do like,
Jackie
but
Chan.
but I mean,
Yeah.
Jackie Chan wouldn't have existed without Bruce Lee.
Exactly.
And you might know this from our episode of Rush Hour when
Yeah.
we did this age well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can check that out if you're
You can
interested.
check that out. And just for clarification, for those who are looking it up, it is Did That Age Well?
I
Sorry.
thought so. He
Just
was
so-
saying this. I
just-
thought it was that.
And that's this is okay, and that is okay. Just for
So you
search
find it.
search
Did that
purposes.
age
If you
well?
can't find it, it's because it's that. Even though the 2 sentences do mean the same thing, essentially.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for giving me that.
Yeah, of
JD,
course.
did you have a wife? Did your wife have a take on Temple of Doom?
No, she didn't watch any of this with me, actually.
No
None of the
interest?
4
No.
times that you watched it?
She was
Wow.
usually asleep and I'd watch it. There's just, the time when I could watch it. So,
I don't know if I have more to say about this. Temple of Doom, number 2 of 2 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
As we
got some-
continue our rankings.
I still got a couple notes, a couple pages
Oh,
of
give
notes
me
is what I mean.
A couple pages.
Give us some more of your notes, man.
Yeah, let's talk.
So the whole cart chase scene,
Mhm.
Spielberg said that critics were saying that his movies were just park rides anyway. So he was like, let's do an amusement park ride, basically.
Nice.
Yeah,
so that
it
was
did
the
kind
way
of
for-
feel like that.
Yeah.
A little roller coaster.
Yeah.
Pulling short round from one car to the other. That was good.
Yeah.
Good visual
The
stuff.
CG on the cliff
Exciting.
I thought was really bad.
I
Oh,
wrote
yeah.
that down as
one
well.
did- yeah, you
Yeah.
could just, they're like holding onto the side of the wall as the water's coming out.
And then
Mhm.
when the guys fell down, it was like something.
Well,
I don't
those
know
were
how they did
actual
those.
dummies that they
Oh.
rigged for their limbs to move.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
I was going to talk about this the scene on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
They only had one shot to demolish this bridge.
Wow.
So they just had a bunch of cameras set up, and they had a bunch of these thuggy cult members that were, the dummies that had
Mhm.
animatronics in them.
Whoa.
And so they had to like really nail it. They had like steel cables going across, and they had them rigged to blow. So
Mhm. Wow.
they had to get that all in one take.
Did we like this sequence of the movie? This bridge?
Yes,
I
Him
thought it was
cutting
fine.
the
I liked
bridge?
it.
I
Yeah.
thought it was cool.
I mean, it's like this movie is just like action scene after action scene after action scene. There's not a lot of.
Mhm.
I think that's why I like the beginning so much, is because you're setting
Yeah.
up these characters.
Yeah.
You're getting you're getting a lot of, cinema in a way.
Yeah.
Not just the action part.
Yeah.
You're getting this character development that I liked.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it does seem relentless after that, because they're going from like one set piece to
Yeah.
another set piece to another set piece, especially at the end.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool setup by the thuggy cult guys coming at him from both sides of the bridge, and like
Yeah.
the way, what's his name, Mola Ram, has the woman and the kid, like, and it's all bright. I understood what was going on. Spielberg is so good at that, setting up
Yeah.
a scene like that, making you understand what the stakes are.
Yeah.
But then Indiana Jones's plan to get out of it, like, and he speaks in Chinese or something to Short Round to communicate what he's doing.
Yeah. He
But
says,
then
be careful.
Like, he wraps his leg in the rope.
Uh-huh.
It's like pretty clear what he's doing. And like,
Yeah.
he's holding the sword up to the bridge, like he's going to cut the bridge. Like, we know he's going to cut the
Yeah,
bridge.
it's a threat. Yeah. He's
But
threatening
then the bad guys are surprised when he actually starts cutting the bridge.
and they're like, is he actually crazy? Is he this crazy?
I think they're like, oh, you're not playing. Like you're not just bluffing. Like you're actually gonna do this.
Right.
Okay.
I do think it was dumb for Molaram to actually come onto the bridge too.
I
I
agree.
do too.
Yeah, that was a bad. That
Yeah.
was
Like, you didn't need to.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really didn't need to.
He should have just pushed
it was
the
his
girl
pride.
or
It
the
was
woman.
his
in the-
pride
Yeah.
that made him, get on the bridge.
Yeah, the cultural appropriation part of the white savior thing I thought was a little rough when they're holding
Tough,
on
yeah.
to the thing. And he's like, I'll just out of nowhere, he's like, you betrayed Shiva. And he starts like, he's talking in Hindi, I think. And he's basically saying like, you betrayed Shiva or something in Indian or Hindi. And then the rocks start burning.
Yeah.
And falling out of the thing.
Yeah. it's
And
like,
that was a little, I was like, whoa, this seems out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one seemed a little weird.
It
Yeah.
is weird.
It's like all of a sudden this is your set of
But Indy's a
Values?
vessel for God.
If you say so.
yeah.
Didn't you see it in the movie?
I mean, that's what they said. They kept on saying it. So
What is this movie about? What is this about?
I think it's Indy really coming into a place where he could be a better person in the next movie.
Do you think it starts with him as just like an
Yeah,
absolute
he only
piece
wants
of shit
these rocks
scoundrel?
he wants these rocks for fortune and glory.
Fortune and glory.
He's doing the whole thing with him grabbing Willie at the beginning. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill this bitch if you don't fucking give me what I want.
Yeah,
Like he just grabs her out of nowhere.
that's true.
Like he's not a good
he
guy.
has no.
I did not
sense
think
of
about
guilt.
this.
He just
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
It's
he
true. I
just
guess
grabbed
that
her
is
because
true.
he's like, I'll fucking kill her.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I don't think he actually would have, but they believed it.
Maybe he does grow in this movie. I don't know.
Thank you. All right.
Well, what is he growing? He's growing into someone who cares about this woman?
Yeah, he or just grows into someone who cares more about, because the whole arc of the first one is that he cared more about the Ark of the Covenant than he did about Miriam.
Mm.
And that he was, that's why he didn't blow it up at the end. He did, and then
Yeah.
eventually he was able to close his eyes and he told her to close because he didn't need to see
right,
this thing, this treasure or whatever.
right,
And that's what saved him. So at the beginning of this one, he just wants the fortune and glory that comes with the rocks.
Right.
He's like, okay, they do have power. I'm going to leave it here for the villagers because they need it.
and I'm gonna
It's their
save
thing.
the children.
Saving the children.
Save the
but
children,
he only gets
save
invested that
Willie.
way because because when he's stealing the rocks, he hears the screaming. And so he goes to see, and
Right.
that's when he sees the kids
Yeah.
that are mining for diamonds and stuff.
Yeah.
I think there's an arc there.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
That's smart.
you've convinced
He
me.
watched this thing 4 times. You can
4
tell.
times.
You watch it 4 times, you understand it.
Yeah.
you. I just got, and
I
knows
just- that was
Chinese.
impressive.
That's a
I
question mark.
respect that.
Yeah.
I'm just reeling from what you just said a minute ago. That was really smart. Good analysis.
Really good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So he speaks Chinese? Question mark. That was a
Yeah,
note
just
you wrote.
like, I'm just
Yeah.
always like, because he just pulls out all this stuff just randomly.
I think that we just think like, oh, because he's an archaeologist, he travels the world digging up rocks, so he just knows a bunch of languages. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems very Bond-esque, where it's just like, I'm
Yeah.
a cultured man. I just know a bunch of languages.
It was off-putting
Mhm.
how a lot of people just started laughing in this movie, like when he meets the villagers, they're like, "You're gonna go to Pankot Palace." It's like, what? Like at the end when all the kids come, they're all just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like
It feels like an
I
80s
felt
thing to me.
embarrassed
Yeah.
for the actors. It's like, how embarrassing would that have to be to
Yeah.
shoot that?
Just random.
They're like,
Is
all
it-
right, laugh.
Yeah. And like when they're releasing all the
Non
kids,
sequiturs.
from their chains, it's like it'd be so weird to have all these kids just coming up and being like, "Oh, save us!" And then
Mhm.
at the end they do the same thing after they kiss.
Mhm.
I was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like that would, as an actor, someone who was went to school for
course.
acting,
JD's.
I feel like that would
Acting
just be
corner.
awesome.
As an
Yeah.
actor. Yeah.
Trained thespian.
Did you
if
ever have
will.
any training in thespian arts?
Am I trained in
Yeah,
the
have you
thespian
ever
arts?
had any?
I have, yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, when I was a kid, I was in like a musical theater classes,
Yeah.
and I did, I like took acting classes in school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in some stage productions, but not like as an adult.
Why not?
She doesn't have a
know.
desperate need for attention, obviously.
That's so untrue. I absolutely
Okay, well,
do.
never mind.
Of course I do.
Never mind.
I guess I just have found that there's other ways that I can get attention on a stage or like behind a mic by not having to memorize lines, and that is podcasting. So
podcasting is like acting without memorizing lines.
Or having to watch a movie fully.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Acting like I'm interested in a movie.
Acting like I care about this shit. So
this one was hard to care about.
Indy
Once
says
it was, oof, boy, rough.
I get
I'm just belaboring it, but
coming
some
into
of
the
the shit
snake
is
and all the
fucking-
baby snakes coming out, very rough.
like, what the fuck?
That's rough. The eyeball soup,
Stevie baby, come on, you knew
Chilled
better.
a monkey brains. Sorry, I did it.
Yeah.
I did. I
You
fucking
did the
almost.
voice.
I
Oh no,
almost,
we almost made it.
Whew.
Oh.
I mean, come on, iconic line. Chilled monkey brains.
Iconic line.
Yeah, for someone who
Like
watched it
where?
enough to know what
What?
that was actually custard with raspberry jam, is what the
Oh.
Spielberg
Okay,
said.
that's nice.
That's
Uh,
good.
Were there any iconic lines in the whole thing? What's
Hold on to your
Kalima?
potatoes.
Hold on to your
Kalima.
potatoes.
Kalima.
Hold on to your potatoes. I've
Kalima.
never heard anyone say.
No, but
I will now be saying that.
Yeah.
I look
That's so
forward to
good.
you misquoting that plenty.
Hold on to your potatoes.
Yeah, it's like obviously.
Oh, you idiot.
Well, he does say no
These
time.
things,
well,
you know how these things can't stick in my head. I'll forget
Yeah.
the rest.
he says no time for love, Dr. Jones. I mean,
That's a
he
good
goes
Oh,
Dr. Jones.
that's cute.
That's probably the most
Dr.
memorable
Dr.
one.
Yeah.
But there is a memorable line in all of them. No ticket is in the next one.
No ticket. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that scene.
And what
Got it
I
in my
actually
head.
remember them from is the Kevin Smith movies. He puts an Indiana Jones quote in a lot of his movies.
Does he?
And I was a huge fan when I was a kid.
Oh.
Okay.
I watched those way
Okay.
more than 4 times. Let's just
Wow.
say that.
Yeah. So what is we got? I mean, none of the lines that we have said are.
Hold on to your butts, Dr. John.
Let's
Or
hold on to your
Or
potato.
no time for love,
No
Dr.
time
Jones.
for love, Dr. Jones.
Indy,
You
Indy,
think?
I love you.
Oh.
It's
Indy, I
imprinted on
love
my-
you is
that's
not an
imprinted-
iconic line.
That's imprinted on my heart.
Oh my god, we're having a misunderstanding here.
I don't think we can say any of these lines are iconic. These are just the most memorable from what we have to work with.
Yeah. Yes.
But I love you, Dr. Jones, I think is
You're my best friend, he says.
oh
I know. But he
That
also
is-
says it to the elephant. So.
well, yeah,
Pick
but-
one short
so,
round.
Yeah.
So the end part when he whips Willie and brings her back in,
Mhm.
is that something you're into?
I wrote that down too. I want to talk about that. Is that a cool
Is that
move?
something you're into?
So
We finally have a woman in here and we can talk.
finally we can talk about it. I thought that it was fine.
Fair
Not
enough.
as hot as the flirty scene in the other room.
Not as hot as the flirty scene. I thought
she's
it
like-
was like just kind of, I don't know, the whole like the way that like he uses the whip to like pull her in. It's very much like cowboy with a lasso to an
Mhm.
animal.
Mhm.
And she is a
Ah.
human woman. So I didn't
Mhm.
like love that, but it was like, okay, we got to make like we got to bring the whip in to do something interesting. It's like, oh, what if he uses it to like pull her in? I get where they were going with it, but I wasn't
Yeah.
hot for it.
Okay.
I will
It's
say
good to
that.
know.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you guys?
I was hot for it. No, I don't know. It was fine. It did make me feel weird. It did feel like you're just doing this because you have a whip. Like
Right.
they've
gotta
already
use the whip, yeah.
There's
I have a theory that the whip is the most overpowered thing in the indie universe because he
Mm.
uses it for everything. It always
Yeah.
works for him.
yeah.
Never
Mhm.
breaks.
Yeah.
It's always just as long as he needs it to be. Like
Yeah.
it's works out for him.
I think the premise of like using the whip to grab her and pull her close and then kiss her is a fun bit
Yeah.
visually. And I would have liked to see that in the middle of a more of a exciting moment. Maybe
Oh,
in the
yeah.
temple, if she's like swinging around like in the cage or something and he whips the cage over
Mhm.
and then he's kissing her.
There's some
That's
weird
maybe
beats with Short Round being there, like because when
Mhm.
when he's gonna go into the room, he's got the fruit. He goes, "I'm gonna check on Willie," and he goes, Short Round goes, "That's all you better do." And he like backs into the door and he goes, "Tell me about it later." I was like, that's a weird beat.
That is weird.
That's a weird
And
beat.
then at the end, when they're kissing, and then the crowd of kids comes and like cheers for them while they're kissing, which is weird. Short Round covers his eyes.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see the kissing, but he wants to hear about the kissing.
Yeah.
This freaky little
Short
kid.
Round.
He's 7. He's confused. He's
Yeah.
both scared and excited, you know?
True. Yes.
Yeah.
The actress who played Willie, she had to take like a Valium, I think it is. She said she took something to calm her down during filming the bug scenes.
Oh my God.
Because she was so like amped up by it. They had to cut a whole snake scene
Wow.
that she was supposed to do because she was like, she started shaking and crying uncontrollably
So the
when she
bugs
was
were
like
real?
around. Yeah, all the bugs were real. They had 50,000 bugs that they started out
Jeez.
with. And then they said as they were shooting, they just kept having less and less bugs because the bugs kept escaping.
Well, yeah.
So they were like, we have to fucking get this shit done because we have less and less bugs.
Wow.
And there's like a clip of Spielberg being like, we need more bugs. We don't have enough bugs for the scene to make the scene work. Like seriously being like, we need more bugs.
We need more bugs. That's
Yeah, there's like, we're going to dump bugs on. Yeah, Spielberg was like,
Wow.
okay, we'll cut the snake scene, but you have to do the bugs.
wow.
And
Like
she
the
was
line
like-
item in the budget that's like $50,000 bugs.
Yeah, for real.
Mhm.
Wow. Oh my God. I can't believe that they were real.
And she was taking Valium for this.
Yeah, on that day of shooting, yeah. She said she took something. And then in
Yeah.
another deep dive one, they said Valium. But she said she
Oh.
took a pill. She's like, isn't there a pill or something I could take?
Yeah.
And she described her being like all zoned out for the filming.
Damn.
Wow. Well,
Um,
they were able to get some good takes still. I mean,
Yeah,
there was
she
no
did a
point
lot.
where I was like, seems like this woman's a little zannied out or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, she's a good actress.
And we're now reassessing the rest of the movie. Did she seem zannied out?
Yeah.
I do think she looks a little in the eyes, look a little deader. After
Mm.
the fourth time I watched it, I noticed. You know.
I mean, I don't know if she feels zannied out, but I don't think it's a great performance from her in this whole movie.
I know she said that she she went to an acting school. She's a
Mhm.
legit act. She was like, in the special features I watched, she addressed the criticism. She was like, I know they're saying I'm not a feminist, but like, she's like, I went to college. I
Yeah.
like almost had my doctorate. I'm like a serious, I have a business. I'm
Yeah.
an actress, blah, blah, blah. He's like, this is a film that I knew would get me more attention.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I want to do more serious films, but when they
Yeah.
asked me to do it, I did it. And then I got it. And it's like, this is a folk tale is what she said. It's like a tall
Yeah.
tale.
Well, that's interesting.
She was like,
That's an interesting
you know,
take on it.
she's like, I'm just doing what, I'm doing a job. I'm getting
Yeah.
fucking paid. And like at the highest level you could do it at that time.
Right.
She should not have to defend herself from this criticism.
No,
It is not
definitely
a
not.
feminist choice to take this
She
role
said that
To
she
take
got
the
in
it.
role
a huge
and
movie.
to like
That's not serious criticism. That's not worth discussing.
no,
Personally, in my opinion.
she delivered the lines that she was given, and if her performance could have been improved, I think that we should really be criticizing Spielberg for, I think, maybe a lack of direction.
Perhaps it's hard to know what happens on the day.
It's hard
The
to know.
the role's not that deep. It's
Mhm.
kind of just like she's complaining a lot.
Yeah.
Could someone have brought more nuance to it? Created more of a human portrayal of this character? Maybe. But we didn't see that.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think a different action. I mean, that's what they want. She gave them the performance they wanted.
That's true. I think
They
she
weren't
showed
gonna-
up to work and did what
Yeah.
they told her.
I don't think a
Mhm.
different actress would have made it better. I mean, or different. I think it's because she was doing the best with what she had to work with, I think.
Yeah.
Well, think about what Karen Allen did in the first one. Karen Allen, remember the story about the drinking game?
Yeah.
Karen Allen, on the day of, she is a damsel in distress in this
Uh-huh.
scene. She gets captured by a bad guy,
Uh-huh.
and Spielberg and Lucas are like, "You maybe are kind of interested in this bad guy." That's her.
Right.
That's her bit for the scene. And then she and the actor create this whole premise
With the
where
drinking
she's
game.
going to do a drinking game and like drink him maybe to the point where he's in a stupor, playing on her introduction.
Yeah.
Playing on a character detail, like one of the best parts of her character.
Yeah.
And then they come up with this, and like she builds out this whole thing that they incorporate in the movie. She
Wow.
brought that to the table.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, I
but,
guess
like-
I wonder how, sorry. Go for it.
But like a woman in Hollywood shouldn't have to bring her own story to work in order to like deliver a performance that is well-rounded. You know what I mean? It's like
You'd hope so.
she shouldn't have to create this character. She shouldn't have to like change the script or like bring these new ideas in order to deliver a good performance or deliver a performance with nuance, right? It's like,
I mean, I think you'd hope that it would be written better.
yeah,
But I do think there's a certain responsibility is not the right word, but the actor takes on a part of this that becomes a creative part of it for sure. I think.
Yeah.
And they do,
As a thespian,
yeah,
you'd say.
yeah. I mean, they do help create the character for sure.
Oh,
And
of
I think
course,
this actress was able to do it. Miriam in the first one,
Mhm.
she was
Yeah.
able to do it. And maybe this actress didn't feel like she could, or they shut her down. Maybe, I don't know. There might be different.
It's hard to know.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
It's hard to know, yeah.
But yeah, that is a great point, Paul. I wonder what.
We don't know.
I blame Lucas.
We're
I think
left to wonder.
He's got
think
ideas,
it's
but no
Lucas, yeah.
execution.
Lucas is not great with people. I mean, the Star Wars
No.
prequels, he had complete control, and the
Yeah.
performances are all very wooden.
Yeah.
He doesn't work well with actors. This is not
Yeah.
his strength. He has great, super creative, innovative ideas
Mhm.
for stories and how to tell stories. Inarguably, Spielberg is just better with people. And Spielberg is also more open to moments, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he has a better eye for telling stories visually, and he's more open to people, and he's more just like adaptable in the moment.
Yeah, and because they were all constantly saying that they're trying to balance out the darkness of this movie with the humor.
Mhm.
So you get a lot of that slapsticky stuff, like the bad guy that, gets crushed in that grinder thing.
Mhm.
There's a line where Indy hits him with a hammer. He just grabs it and throws it. And then you see like a Three Stooges that hits another guy in the head and he falls over, and they do
Yeah.
like the whole bonk
Mhm.
thing. It's
Yeah.
like, they're trying to balance out the darkness with the humor, but it just seems
Yeah.
like too slapsticky in some situations. I feel like,
Right.
but-
Tonally, it
yeah,
just is
it
confusing.
doesn't fit these days. I think maybe
Yeah.
back in the 80s, it seemed more,
Yeah.
it was more, this
Yeah.
is a movie, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I totally get your point as well. I don't think
Yeah.
the actress or the actor should have, it's a shame that, they have to be like, this doesn't seem like a real person, huh? Why don't we try doing something else?
Right. It's
Or
like
more. They have
maybe-
to take on more responsibility than just showing up
Right.
and doing the job.
like maybe if they had like collaborated with women in the creation of the
Yeah,
film,
a
maybe
writer. Yeah,
they
something, yeah.
wouldn't be running into this issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe if they
Yeah.
just were more empathetic to women, maybe they wouldn't have had to have the first woman who looked at it say, I don't know, maybe we should add a little more nuance to this,
Yeah.
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 I did write down one line from Willie that I liked. This was in the scene
Mhm.
where they're where she's waiting for Indiana Jones to come to do the nighttime adventure
Mhm.
or the nighttime stuff, and then Indiana Jones fighting the assassin who pops out from the painting, which was very cool.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Very good.
And the line that Willie says was, "I could have been your greatest adventure." That's a good line.
That, you know
Yeah.
what?
I mean, I would have wanted to find out.
Yeah.
Actually, now that we're having this other conversation, I
Oh.
could have been your greatest adventure is a weird way to talk about sleeping with someone.
Not to me, baby.
Not to me.
So, would you have waited the 5 minutes to go back into the room, or would you have been in there?
I don't know.
Could you?
It's tough to say.
Yeah, a younger me would have wanted the pride would have gotten in my way.
Yeah.
But as I'm older and wiser, it's like, hey man, just fucking
Just like,
have a good time.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would have been over there.
Paul? No comment. Has the question of the series, the question with Jurassic Park was, when
Yeah.
did it lose its way as a franchise?
Okay,
okay.
Indiana Jones, certainly over the years, if the movies stopped making money,
they lost
Harrison
it
Ford got
immediately.
old. Yes, that's the
The
question.
immediate next film lost its way.
In the sequel, has this franchise lost its way?
At this point, yes.
I think even without having remembered the first one, yeah, I think it lost its way. But it could have been worse. I mean, they could have lost their way in the first movie. It seems like the first movie was on its way.
Never found a way. Yeah.
And then,
First one rocked.
yeah. So, I mean, that's certainly better than nothing, because there's some movies that they start bad and then they just make bad sequels. So,
I'm gonna say this movie deliberately went a different way. It didn't
Yeah.
lose. Indie's still kind of indie, but like
Mhm.
they decidedly went in a different direction.
They tried
yeah,
something.
maybe
Yeah.
they didn't. It's not that they lost their way. They made a choice
Yeah.
to go
go
in
a
a different
different way, yeah.
direction, and
I like
the
that
wrong
better.
direction.
Yes,
But it was very much on
they-
purpose. To get lost means like, oh, we thought we were going in this way, but
Yeah, yeah.
actually we ended up here. Oops.
yes.
I think they
which
purposefully
they will do later, I think.
Yeah.
Which I think after Crystal Skull, they will have done that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They think they're going in the same direction, but it gets lost in the sauce. Kind of
Yeah.
thing. Paul? I thought that was a great.
No, I think that's a good point. I think that's fair analysis. They tried something. I don't think it worked.
Because I think they immediately get back on track with the next one. The next one starts off strong.
Totally swing in the other direction.
Cool.
Yeah, they
completely in the other direction.
They get it back on the tracks.
Good.
Just like when the cart goes off the tracks and lands in this one.
Yeah.
Coal in the furnace.
Yeah,
coal in the furnace.
Get this train moving faster. We're on the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah. Totally.
This is the metaphor. So this is the end of the episode, I think.
Yep.
And thank you all for listening to another thrilling installment of Hold On to Your Butts, the podcast about the great franchises that lost their way.
I know we have been ending with a famous line from the first movie. I was a child. I was in love. And I'll leave you with that.
Thanks for joining us, Molly.
Thank you so much. Hold on to your potatoes, everybody.
Yeah. Hold On to Your Butts is a left hand, right brain production. Produced by JD Lopez.